This is such a friendly neighborhood because people have been aggressively waving at me a lot today. What is that sound I keep hearing behind me? Oh, I'm dragging a child's kite. How long have I been dragging that for? And why didn't any of these nice people tell me?
I've been waiting for this for weeks. I gotta tell you, I am so ready to do this. I even have the bed ready. What? So when you get home, we can get really dirty.
Gotta go.
Hey! Here you go. With all this compost, we're gonna have the best plants in the neighborhood.
Trailing Thoughts from Airport Gap. If planes were like people, would jets be considered the jocks? Would they throw hangar parties when their parents were out of town? If one plane said to the other, "I just flew in from the coast, and boy, are my arms tired," would it be considered a joke or just normal conversation?
Sometimes people just say, "Can you hold my hand?" And you make that difference. And you're helping them get through a bad day.
Good afternoon and welcome to the September 25th, 2023 meeting of the Orlando City Council. We're going to begin today's proceedings with the invocation and pledge of allegiance offered by Commissioner Burns.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor. Please let's bow our heads as we join together in a moment of reflection and prayer. Divine Creator, we come before you today with hearts filled with gratitude for the opportunity to serve and contribute to the well-being of our beloved city and its residents. We acknowledge the responsibilities entrusted to us and seek your guidance and wisdom as we make decisions that shape the future of Orlando. We humbly ask for your blessings upon this council, its members, and all of those that are present here today. Grant us the strength to lead with integrity, compassion, and fairness, always mindful of the diverse needs and aspirations of our community. Help us to foster an environment of collaboration, respect, and understanding where every voice is heard and valued. As we deliberate on matters of importance, may our minds be open to innovative solutions and our hearts be filled with empathy for those affected by our decisions. May our discussions be marked by civility and constructive dialogue seeking the common good and betterment of our city. Lord, we express gratitude for the men and women who dedicate their lives to public service, our police officers, our firefighters, healthcare workers, educators, and all those who tirelessly contribute to the well-being of our city. Protect them, guide them, and grant them the resources they need to carry out their vital work. May our actions today and every day reflect the highest ideals of service, stewardship, and compassion. We offer this prayer in unity and with hopeful hearts, trusting that with your divine guidance, the city of Orlando will continue to flourish and be a beacon of opportunity, harmony, and progress for all residents. This and other blessings we ask in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, let's call the meeting to order. Madam Clerk, would you call the roll and make a determination of quorum, please?
Commissioner Gray?
Here.
Commissioner Ortiz?
Here.
Commissioner Stewart?
Here.
Commissioner Sheehan?
Here.
Commissioner Hill?
Here.
Commissioner Burns?
Here.
Mayor Dyer?
Here.
Mayor, you have a quorum with all members present.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. First order of business will be consideration of minutes from the agenda review, city council meeting, and budget hearing from September 11th, 2023. Motion by Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Sheehan. All in favor indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed. And so the motion carries. We don't have any awards or presentations today, so I'll go quickly right into the mayor's update. And today is the holiest day of the Jewish year, Yom Kippur, so I want to wish those recognizing the holiday in our community a day of atonement filled with kindness and with blessings. I want to invite everyone to join Commissioner Ortiz and me and probably other commissioners Wednesday night at 5:30 for the 17th Annual Hispanic Heritage Month celebration at Amway Center. There will be traditional Hispanic dishes, Latin music, entertainment as we celebrate the traditions and rich history of our diverse Hispanic and Latino residents in our community. Also, on that same day is the State of the Downtown address, and I'm happy to report that it's sold out. So DOP doesn't have any other tickets, but if you want to attend and view it live or see an encore presentation, you can go to orlando.gov/stateofdowntown. And one item I want to particularly note on the consent agenda is item B3, which is our first step staffing contract renewal, and we as a community continue to respond on the complex issue of challenging homelessness, and one of the ways that we have done so is partnering with First Step Staffing to help over 250 individuals to get employment, a number of them in city departments. One of those is Calvin Thomas, who I had the opportunity to work with, and Calvin learned about First Step, went to the Christian Service Center, which is where they have an office in Paramore. He found a position with our streets and stormwater team collecting debris. I went and helped him one day do that, but he now is thriving. He has an apartment on his own and was just recently hired as a full-time city employee, so a great success story. So I think this is one of those items that is certainly a hand up rather than a hand out. So first step for another year. Okay, with that, we'll move on to the consent agenda, and the consent agenda is a number of items that are acted upon through a single vote of council. We give each of our commissioners the opportunity to comment on the consent agenda or update you on important happenings from their district. We rotate the order we do that. Today, Commissioner Burns is first up.
All right, thank you, Mayor Dyer. Have just a few announcements. On Sunday, September the 17th, our office partnered with Congressman Maxwell Frost for a prayer vigil for victims of gun violence held in District 6 at Eagles Nest Park. This event was supported by families of victims, elected officials, and community leaders to remember and honor individuals lost by these senseless killings. Additionally, this morning on the steps of City Hall, along with Mayor Dyer, attended a press conference with Congressman Frost to announce the opening of the White House Office of Gun Violence Prevention, a bill proposed by Congressman Frost and supported by Congressman Soto, which was enacted by President Biden's executive order. Also on Friday, September the 22nd, I attended the Rebuilding Together and Lockheed Martin volunteer event to paint and complete the repairs of District 6 resident and veteran Paul Sampson. I want to thank Rebuilding Together and Lockheed Martin for their generosity in supporting our veterans and seniors in our community. Also on last Friday, I attended the grand opening ceremony for Brightline. It was great to be there. We made history, so Brightline is finally here. So I'm excited about taking a trip down to South Florida very soon. Also, just a couple other announcements. On this Friday, September the 29th, at Hawks Landing, I will be hosting my third annual For the Children Celebrity Golf Tournament, and tee time is at 8 a.m. Also, on Wednesday, October the 11th at 6:30 p.m. at the Grand Avenue Neighborhood Center, my office will host the State of District 6 address, and I look forward to informing our residents of our success that we've made over the past few years, as well as the vision for the future of District 6. And that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. We'll move on to Commissioner Gray.
Thank you, Mayor. Events in District 1 are on my website, and ladies and gentlemen, Commissioner Ortiz.
Commissioner Ortiz.
Gonna save everybody for some time. Pass it on the buck to Commissioner Stewart.
Nice. Commissioner Stewart.
Commissioner Stewart, go ahead.
Given the opportunities of these other two commissioners, let me take a few hours to talk a little bit about what's going on in District 3. Let me share a couple of things real quickly. First, the White House Office on Gun Violence is a wonderful segue into the day I had the honor of representing the city, and over at the National Day of Remembrance for Murder Victims. Happened to be the day is the day, and we had a chance to go over and spend some time. Thank you, Mayor, for the proclamation from the city as well, and had an opportunity to spend some time with, well, probably 30 or 40 victims, people whose their loved ones were victims of gun violence, and with Chief Mina, I'm sorry, Sheriff Mina, and it is a humbling experience, and so I'm honored to be there and represent the city in that case. Congratulations to Brightline. It was a great event, and it was good to see that it's now operational and ready to roll, and I'm looking forward also going down to spend some time with my relatives down in South Florida. North Orlando Little League celebrated their 72nd year of Little League Baseball. I had a chance to be out and spend some time with them. What's coming up briefly is National Night Out is coming up next week. I'm excited about that. We've got, well, I guess, 16, 17 parties in our district. And looking forward to spending some time with all of them as much as I can. And then kicking off at Lou Gardens, Happy Frights Haunting Night, starting the 29th. Another opportunity to come see the garden at night, and reservations are available online, so I'm excited about that. And that's all I have today, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Sheehan.
Thank you, Mayor. I got a chance to go to the Global Peace Film Festival over the weekend, and they had a film about Lyra McKee, the LGBTQ activist who was killed by gun violence, who was actually on the mural on Mills Avenue that was vandalized, and I got to meet her partner and spend some time. It was actually a very, very moving film and talks about the impact of gun violence on families. And if anybody gets a chance to see it, the film is called Lyra, Lyra. It's a wonderful independent film. On the agenda today, I have a couple things. Greenwood Cemetery Ghost Tours. It was a great thing last year. American Ghost Adventures came, and I know that they're accepting reservations for people to attend that. I've heard really great feedback on that, so I think that's a great thing they're doing over at Greenwood Cemetery. Also, item B1, engineering service for Virginia Forest Careen. Did we ever think we'd get there, Commissioner Stewart? We're finally creeping towards actually getting something done in that corridor that bedevils us with speeding and people crashing into houses and all kinds of foolishness. So hopefully we can get that on a road diet and get that under control and get that to be a nice neighborhood amenity instead of a 75-foot raceway right through the middle of a neighborhood. So, and I know it affects both of us. It affects the kids who go to school at Audubon Park Elementary, and we want to make sure we make it safer for everybody in that corridor. And I'm actually looking forward to being able to walk into your district, Commissioner, without having to play whack-a-mole with the traffic.
You can always walk in my district.
I love my walk in your district. It's just having the lack of sidewalks and connectivity and all that. And I know that.
I built you a trail.
No, I built the trail. You took it in redistricting. But anyway, I think it's going to be great, and I look forward to being able to walk the other way. So I already go through your district one way. I'm going to go through the district and the other way too. So anyway, good stuff. And you have there's a lot of really great businesses down there over in the Audubon Park Garden District. They're great. Also on the agenda today, item B10, the Lake Eola Design Criteria Package. Again, that's moving forward. Glad to see some activity on that. And also Sly Boulevard engineering design over by the hospital. So these are really great projects that are going to make a difference in all the areas. And also the Sunday Eola market fee waiver, having the farmers market in Lake Eola has been a great amenity, and really enjoyed seeing what they're doing there. And I just had one shout out I wanted to make to the Parks Department. We had 2 crazy storms and hail over the last couple weeks. They're even worse than I think hurricanes, and brought down a lot of trees and limbs, and I just want to thank the Parks Department for getting out and addressing those. And I know we had a lot of trees over roads and different things like that, but they did an amazing job, and I just want to shout out and thanks to them. And that's all I had, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Sheehan. Commissioner Hill.
Thank you, Mayor Dyer. Good afternoon, everyone. Believe it or not, I'll be brief also. Kiki. Don't get around.
We're waiting to see if that actually
Well, on Wednesday, September 13th, I joined Mayor Dyer over at Poppy Smash Burger, and Mayor Dyer smashed 2 of those burgers, and that was the best burger I've tasted. I'm still thinking about it.
I agree with you, Commissioner. I could recommend Poppy Smash.
Poppy Smash Burger, and that is over at 66 Pine, East Pine Street here downtown. So I recommend it highly. And if the mayor says it's good, you know it's good. He's ate a few burgers around the city. How did that sound? You know what I mean, Mayor. But on Thursday, September the 28th, we'll be having our HOA meeting at Lakeman Estates neighborhood. There at the Dorian Post 33. And then on Friday, September the 29th, Valencia College has partnered with my office for a new program at their campus in District 5 at 3436 W.D. Judge. The program is going to be from 10 to 15 weeks, and it's a culmination of different skills. So that's great news coming from out of the Mercy Drive corridor. I, along with this whole council, as Mayor Dyer stated earlier, that we do know that there's some issues of addressing affordable housing and homelessness, and I'm a big proponent to say the best social program is a job, and as Mayor stated, a hand up and not a handout. And seeing B3 and B6 on the agenda, supporting those efforts to get people rehabbed, trained in different areas, and then employed. So big shout out to First Step for doing a great job. Glad that their contract is being renewed, and Christian Service Center for providing those services there. And what many don't know, it's not just a day labor job. Many of these jobs that First Step is providing are from $15 to $25 an hour. And they're, as you see, turned into permanent jobs. And with that, I will move the agenda forward, Mayor.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Sheehan. All in favor indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Okay, no CRA, NID, or OPEB, so we will move right to hearings, ordinances, second reading, and number 1.
Ordinance number 2023-33, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Orlando, Florida, amending the city's growth management plan to change the future land use map designation for certain land generally located south of Jetport Drive, west of Boggy Creek Road, and north of the Orlando Utilities Commission Railroad tracks, comprised of 1.4 acres of land, more or less, from residential low, res low, to industrial, changing the property zoning designation from public use to industrial park, providing for amendment of the city's official future land use and zoning maps, providing for severability, correction of scrivener's error, permit disclaimer, and an effective date.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Gray, second by Commissioner Sheehan. Madam Clerk, do we have any requests to speak on this item?
No speakers, Mayor.
Discussion, hearing none. All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, and so the motion carries. And so that concludes the official business of the council today. Ed, could you get us ready for general appearance, please?